You've been waiting long enough. Your future doesn't need another feeling. It needs a decision. What I was talking about on IG. I know somebody just heard that and thought, okay, coach, but I really don't feel ready. I really just don't feel ready. That's exactly what I want to talk about today. Because somewhere along the way, we started treating ready like it's an emotion. Like one morning we're going to wake up and suddenly feel confident enough, certain enough, brave enough, prepared enough. And then we'll know, okay, now I'm ready. But what happens when that feeling doesn't come? Maybe it comes sometimes, but what happens when it doesn't come? How long are you willing to wait? Because here's something I say all the time. Ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. Think about some of the biggest things you've already done in your life. Were you completely ready? The first time you stepped into a new position, the first time you had to lead, the first time you became responsible for something that maybe you would have never done before, the first time you took a risk that actually mattered. Think about it. Most of us weren't sitting there thinking, oh, I feel completely 100% prepared for this. I have absolutely no fear, no questions, no uncertainty. Let's go. No, half the time we're thinking, or maybe it's just me, Lord, I hope I know what I'm doing. But we did it. And somehow, somewhere along the way, we learned. We adjusted. We grew. We became more confident. That's important. That's really important because I think we've gotten the order backwards. We think, feel ready, then move. But a lot of times life works more like this. Decide, move, learn, adjust, grow. And somewhere in that process, you realize you become ready for something you didn't feel ready for when you started. Now, let me be clear. I'm not telling you to make reckless decisions. Y'all know I'm not saying that. Like, nobody got time for that. I'm not saying preparation doesn't matter. I'm not saying that at all. You know that's definitely not what I'm saying. Not me, if you know me. Preparation matters. Wisdom matters. Prayer matters. Research matters. Getting good counsel matters. There are absolutely times when the answer is not yet. But not yet and I'm waiting to feel ready are not the same thing. And I think some of us know the difference. You have the information. You've done the research. You've prayed about it. You've talked about it. Let's be real. You've written the plan. You've revised the plan. You've thought about the plan. You probably bought another notebook for the plan. Maybe that's just me. And you're still saying, I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready. Okay, what exactly are you waiting for? That's the question. Because sometimes I'm not ready sounds a whole lot better than saying I'm scared. I'm afraid I'll fail. I'm afraid I'll make the wrong decision. I'm afraid of what people will think. I'm afraid this won't work. I'm afraid it will work. And then I'll have to become somebody I've never had to become before. Let that one sink in. Now we're getting somewhere. Because if fear is the real issue, more preparation may not fix it. If self-doubt is the real issue, another certification may not fix it. If perfectionism is the real issue, another 6 months might not fix it. I'm just keeping it real with you. If you're waiting for uncertainty to disappear before you move, you could be waiting a very long time. And this is where patterns matter. Because sometimes I'm not ready becomes a protection strategy. As long as I'm preparing, I'm safe. I don't have to risk failing. I don't have to risk being seen. I don't have to risk somebody saying no. I don't have to find out whether this thing I've been talking about for 3 years will actually even work. I don't have to. Preparation can feel productive while still protecting us from actually producing. And that's why I want you to be careful about confusing preparation with readiness. Preparation is something you do. Readiness is a decision you eventually have to make. Ooh, that's so good, y'all. There comes a point where you've learned enough, where you've planned enough, you've talked enough, you've prepared enough. And the next level of clarity isn't going to come from thinking about it again. It's not. It's going to come from moving. I'm not telling you something I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Because there are some things you cannot learn from the sidelines. You have to get in the game. Put me in the game, coach. Put me in the game. And I want to say something else because I don't want you to hear this as just do it scared. Sometimes that's true. Sometimes you do just have to do it scared. But I think there's something deeper here. You don't have to wait for fear to leave before you decide that fear no longer gets the deciding vote. That's different. Fear can come, and it probably will. Doubt can come. Probably will. Uncertainty can come. They just don't have to run the meeting. You get to decide. I get to decide. We get to decide. And sometimes that decision is, I'm ready enough to take the next step. Not the next 10, just the next one. Send the email, submit the application, make the phone call, schedule the meeting, post the video, register the business, have the conversation, whatever your next step is. And after you take that next step, you assess, you learn, you adjust, and then you take another one. That's how confidence gets built. Not by waiting, by collecting evidence that says, I can move even when I don't have everything figured out. So here's your kitchen counter challenge. I want you to actually do this. Not just listen and say, oh, that was good. That was good. Or maybe you don't think it was good. But I want you to finish this sentence. I've been waiting to feel ready to blank. Talked about this on IG. Don't make it cute. I've been waiting to feel ready to what? Then ask yourself 3 questions. What exactly am I waiting to feel? What do I believe that feeling will give me that I don't have right now? And finally, if ready is a decision instead of a feeling, what decision can I make this week? And notice I said this week, not someday, not eventually, not when everything lines up perfectly, this week. Maybe your decision isn't to do the entire thing. Maybe your decision is simply just to take the next step, to start. That's enough. Because your future doesn't need another feeling. It needs a decision. And remember, ready isn't even a feeling. It's a decision. That's today's Kitchen Counter Talk. I'll see you next time. But until then, do those 3 things I asked you to do. Do it for me, y'all. And comment. Y'all don't even talk to me. Write back and let me know what you think. What was your 3 things? What you come up with?